Hey folks, it's Marvin Cash, the host of the Articulate Fly, and we're back with another Western North Carolina fly fishing report with Dale Collins of Tuckaseegee Fly Shop. How's it going, Dale?
Going good, Marvin. We've had some good conditions and some more consistent weather, so no complaints.
Well, that's awesome. So we're recording this right before the 4th of July, so what should people expect in your neck of the woods over the next week to 10 days or so?
So the big thing for our area is this is a peak vacation week for us. So just about every guide is busy, and just about every single cabin or hotel is rented up here. And but it's a neat time to fish. So there's certainly going to be some crowds and some tube hatches that take place. Even some of the more remote areas don't expect to not see anybody or not see a tube. This is the most visited park in the United States, at the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. So there's always going to be somebody around you this time of year.
No, absolutely. And you're kind of in that, we're not quite in the dog days of summer yet, and you're getting your pop-up thunderstorms. What should people generally expect on the trout side?
Yeah, so the mornings are going to certainly be the best. You know, you don't necessarily have to wake the trout up at 6 a.m. You do have some light. Maybe if you want to throw some streamers that early, where it's low light situations, that'd be really good. But I like 7 a.m. as a good time to get on the water. The temperatures are really good, and it's safe to wade, and you can see what you're doing. And certainly the tube hatches won't kick off until around 10:30 or 11, so you got a good 3-hour window. And, 30% chance of thunderstorms about every day. And, if that happens, just be safe. And if you're in a rainstorm, certainly just tie on some terrestrials, because those fish are trained. When they hear those raindrops hitting the water, they start looking towards the banks, and those ants and worms and beetles getting knocked off the leaves from the rain or the wind. They know to start looking up for that stuff to fall in the water and take advantage of that.
Absolutely. And I imagine when it's not raining, since it's warming up, the fish are pretty active and they'll chase streamers, and they're probably just all over the place on dries and dry droppers.
That's it. Yeah. It's kind of like a 20-minute window where things will be going nuts around you between what's going on in the skies and what's happening as the fish react. So, because even those storms will key a hatch. It'll cool the water off, and it'll get a hatch keyed off, and the fish are certainly going to respond. So just be ready to change quickly. So fish with a rod that you can throw nymphs with, but then or throw dries with, and then switch back to nymphs, or vice versa. Just something that's more of a utility piece, and don't limit yourself to one stick wonder this time of year.
Got it. And any fly patterns you're particularly fond of that people should drop by the shop and grab?
Right now the wheelhouse is what we call the Smoky Mountain Mayfly, the local pattern. James Connor ties flies for us, local fellow from Bryson City. He ties a wonderful pattern. It's yellow, it's got cut wings, and the fish just respond to it all summer long. And right now they're really doing well with that one. Even seeing, and it's kind of bizarre because it's still summer, not in the fall, but seeing some responses on orange stimulators as well. Certainly the green and yellows are going to work, but if you throw something in the 12, 16 range, that's green, tan, or yellow, the fish are going to respond as long as there's a good presentation.
Well, that's great. And how's your smallmouth bite?
Smallmouth fishing is definitely in full swing. We've had a few days here without rain, so the Little Tennessee is in great shape. If you get out there early in the morning, and when I say early, that's when you want to hit the waters between 6 and 6:30. Get out there and throw your topwater bugs and just hold on, because it's really good right now. And then one of my favorite times to be out on the Little Tennessee is that last 3 hours of daylight, where the sun's setting and the fish are just super active, and they will just blast on a popper or a topwater bug as soon as it hits the water. Like, you don't even have time to pop it and they're on it. It's just a lot of fun, and maybe some of the most beautiful mountain river scenes I've experienced have been on the Little Tennessee in that dusk hour kind of witching hour right there before the sun sets.
Yeah, that's awesome, folks. You owe it to yourself to get out and give that a shot if you can this weekend. And if you have a question for Dale, if you'll send it to us on the Articulate Fly Facebook page, and if we read your question, you'll get some Articulate Fly swag. And before I let you go, Dale, why don't you let folks know where they can find you so they can stock up and get a little bit more guidance?
Sure. We are at 3 Depot Street in downtown Bryson City. We have a huge monument dedicated to honor the brown trout statue right in front of the shop on the corner. And we are also in downtown Silva at 530 West Main. You can find us on the World Wide Web at tuckflyshop.com, as well as all the social media outlets. So email us questions, give us a call. Be glad to help you with any questions.
Well, that's awesome. I really appreciate it. And everyone have a great 4th of July and get out there and catch a few. Tight lines, everybody. Tight lines, Dale.
You too, Marvin. Happy 4th.
Absolutely. You too.